Hey everyone, welcome. We are here with another edition of 10 Days in Dance. These are 10 stories that you need to know in your life, all about the world of electronic dance music. I will drop 5, and of course, Amy, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Amy Farina here. You might also know me as MC Unicorn.
Have you got 5 stories locked and loaded?
Always, but always at the last minute, I'm changing them up. So I'm always texting you, like, wait, I changed my mind because news just comes in so fast. So I try to start earlier in the week to go through my press inbox or tracks that I hear. But then at the last minute, I'm like, oh, wait, something else happened. So I have to shift things around. But I do have 5 stories. So I'll jump right in with my first story, if that's
Let's
good with
go.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first story, I'm really excited about this. Armada Music premieres The Comeback of Hard House, a documentary on the rebirth of a 90s club phenomenon. So I was so excited about this. I immediately watched the documentary on YouTube. It's about 10 minutes, it's not super long. We actually just talked with Ruben Deronda just now about the return of Hard House and it's becoming more popular and how we're all excited about it. So this documentary was really cool. It was cool to hear from legends from back in the day. And I'm all about nostalgia and I'm all about this. So did you get a chance to check out the documentary or what are your thoughts on Hard House?
Genuinely, it's in my saved list to watch on YouTube. I know it's only 10 minutes and I just need to get 10 minutes. It's been quite busy. But yes, I love Hard House. I was brought up on it. There's even a Tony DeVitt documentary that I need to watch as well. Massive fan. Can't wait to watch it. Which DJs did they cover? Any, or was it just music?
There's a bunch of DJs now. I'm totally blanking on Club Caviar, Club Heads. Oh yeah, Club Heads. How can I forget
Club
Club
heads,
Heads?
club hopping. Oh my gosh.
B.O.B. Limited, aka the Sax Brothers, and contemporary producers such as Benwall and Marua. So a lot of it, like, didn't recognize people's names. And I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Hang on, that doesn't sound like the premium hard dance or hard house stars. I'm talking like Andy Farley, Nick Rafferty, Lisa Lashes, Tony DeVitt, Ian, Steve Thomas. Now we talk, they're the core names in that genre. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna watch it, and
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get a bit annoyed that they've not covered those people. But look, it's only 10 minutes. How much can you do in 10 minutes? We're doing well here. We're already into like minute 2 or 3, and we've got more stories. Okay. So, Hard House, yes, big fan. Can't wait. I'm going to watch
Yep.
it. Thanks, Amy. It's on YouTube, right?
It's on YouTube.
All
Go
right,
and
good.
watch
Nice
it.
one, Armada. Let's get into my first story. Now, I work with a company called Tomorrowland. I don't want this to become the Tomorrowland podcast, but they are doing a lot of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could talk about the store experience they've just opened in Ibiza in Plain Dumbossa, but that's not something I was going to talk about, but it's amazing and you should go and there will be lots of exciting stuff going on. I need to talk about the new lineup they just announced, like about 2 weeks ago. The full timetable, the full lineup is now active. And if you jump online or on the Tomorrowland app, you will see it. But even I, as part of the establishment, was surprised and a little bit annoyed because I've done all of my prep for like 500 DJs and then they dropped about 200 more for 2 weekends. And now there's a big debate about weekend 1 versus weekend 2. It's not meant to be like that.
Oh my gosh.
The new names are incredible. I'm going to have to just go to my list because it was good enough before. Orbis is this edition. And by the way, have you started to read this book?
I have. Yep. I was reading it last night. It's a lot. I'm not a super fantasy person, so I'm like, wow, there's a lot of characters and stuff, but I'm already envisioning what the stage will look like based on the book. What page are you on?
No, I'm showing everybody this page. Maybe I should get an overlay. But in here, this is the main stage. That
Yeah.
bit there is the main stage. And the things like, where are we? The Hall of Crystals, the inland shafts, the deep dark mine shafts, big clues into what we will be walking into this summer. Even the residential area, which is basically a Dreamville. And then you've got the ice mines and the snow lions. I think they're going to be quite important this year. But most importantly, the archives, the Great Gate of Nimbus, the Citadel, the Garrison and the Sun Chamber and the Crystal Peak. They will all be prominent things in the Tomorrowland main stage. Have no doubt about it. So if you have a chance to look at this online with photos and things like that, if you want a sneak peek, this is on literally the page 3 or 4. I've started to read it like you. It's super complex. That wasn't what I was talking about.
Sorry.
I told you, they're doing a lot. Back to this lineup, all right? The lineup is online, but DJs they've added are the likes of MK. Not seen MK at Tomorrowland for a long time. Deadmau5 was announced to go to Tomorrowland Brazil. Suddenly, he's in Belgium as well, so that's exciting.
Which weekend?
I believe it to be both from my top of my head.
Whoa.
I think it's on the Freedom stage as well.
Okay.
Cascade on the Tomorrowland main stage.
All right.
Also, Alan Walker added to the Tomorrowland main stage. And also, there's more news about Alan Walker because this is like 2 for 1. The Walkerverse is gone. Long live the Walker world. If you're a fan of Alan Walker, you'll know. So there you go. Fed Legrand on the main stage. Somebody I'm very excited about seeing this summer. Sammy Virji has been announced on the Tomorrowland lineup and he's playing on the Freedom stage. That will be absolutely dope. And we'll talk about Sammy Virji later. Sarah Story's been added. Disco Dom, aka Dombreski. Gordo back to back with Loco Dice. Although I've heard it pronounced Loco Dice. So it depends how you want to say it. But Loco Dice. Joy Orbison, a good friend, chapter and verse, Swim Pool, Malugi, Patrick Topping back to back with Wade. And have you noticed that there is another addition on the main stage lineup? Axwell solo set. Now,
You know I love Axwell.
we love Axwell, so this is great. There are a few DJs that are playing 3 times across 2 weekends. Like, how is that even possible? Anima is one of them. Now add Axwell into that as well, because he is performing on the main stage of Swedish House Mafia. He is performing on the Crystal Garden, back-to-back with Steve Angelo, back-to-back with Sebastian Ingrosso. Different. But also Axwell solo set now added as well. There's a lot going on at Tomorrowland, and I know that story had a lot in it, but there's a lot to be excited about. Orbis, 2 weekends, end of July. We will be there, and you will hear it all. We'll give you back behind-the-scenes stuff. It's going to be amazing. Based on the forecast, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be an epic year. I cannot wait. Amy, are you excited?
I'm so excited. I have a follow-up question and you're going to laugh at me and roll your eyes. So is there going to be like a 2010s thing? Like last year, Hardwell did the like kind of throwback. The year before W&W. Can you give me the inside scoop because you work for Tomorrowland?
So previously, there has been a 2010-2012 throwback stage. That happened on Sundays. I don't believe that has been categorized as such this year. However, there are many stages that have got throwback elements into them, including Laid Back Luke, bringing back Super You, Super Me. Now, when he first did that, it was all about fancy dress, and you had Don Diablo turn up in fancy dress, Danik in fancy dress, Laid Back Luke in fancy dress. Even Hardwell, I think, at one point got in fancy dress, and Martin Solveig. So he invites all the DJs that play with him, and it will be, I think, sort of a throwback set to get dressed up into a superhero set. So I think if you want nostalgia, you should definitely head to the Laid Back Luke stage, Super You, Super Me. That will be definitely full of nostalgia.
In 2023, my first Tomorrowland, W&W did a special set at the Rose Garden stage, and the Rose Garden stage is my favorite stage. So
Right.
that was like the best moment of my life.
Okay, you just want pure nostalgia, don't you? That's all you want.
Yeah,
So-
2010 to 2014. That's it.
Okay, I'm looking at stages and I'm looking at weekends. Okay, so on Sunday 20th on the Planaxis stage, 2010 to 2012, Super You and Me present. So that is that's the stage you need to go for. So that's Sunday 20th. So that's weekend 1, definitely. All right, is that okay?
Yeah, nobody asked me to do anything at that time, please. So I can be there. No interviews, no videos. No, I'm just like, everybody leave me alone. I'll be there.
That stage is going to be the Planaxis stage. Did you see it last year?
Yeah, that was on the water, right?
It's like the mini new main stage, which
I love
in a
that.
dome, but the stage is in the water. It comes out of there. It's amazing. Okay, that was a long story one. It wasn't meant to be that long, but anyway, there we go. We're fully ticked up and up to date with Tomorrowland. Weekend 1, weekend 2, Orbis. See you there. Now, time for your story 2, Amy.
My story number 2 is all about John Summit and Gorgon City. They came out with a new track. It's called Is Everyone Having Fun? Oh, sorry, Is Everybody Having Fun? I keep saying everyone. I feel like it would be everyone, but is everybody having fun? So this is a club record. It's a dance track. I was listening to it today and it really just got stuck in my head.
Do you know what? John Summit, he's doing 2 events at this point of broadcast. He's already doing Ibiza Days. So there's collaborations, there's people there that I wasn't expecting. And with John Summit's label and Gorgon City's label, Realm, which label is it on? I don't know.
Great question.
Experts only or Realm?
Via Darkroom Records / Experts Only / Realm Records.
So they've just done a mega release, a mega combination release.
Featuring Rise from the Sticks.
Wow, it's a proper collaboration. But like, you know what? The Gorgon City boys are amazing. John's amazing. Experts Only is amazing. So yeah, on the 27th, which this show goes out that week, he's invited Green Velvet to join him. Green Velvet is John's hero, his absolute icon, his mentor. So that set it by itself, 2 Chicagoans. Is that how I say it? Chicagoans?
I don't think so. I think it's just
Okay.
people from Chicago.
Okay, but you need to have something, some native like kind of terminology. Anyway, they're both from Chicago. Let's call them Windy Cityers. Let's call it
Yeah,
that
yeah.
instead, all right? That will be amazing in Ibiza. John Summit with Gorgon City. No doubt you'll be hearing that there. Nice release, top work, great story. All right, my story 2 is kind of a kick on from story 1, and it's about Tomorrowland. But did you see we got voted the best festival again?
Congratulations.
That's it, really. I mean, no one remembers 2, 3, or 4, but just congratulations. And I would like to say that, obviously, being part of Tomorrowland, very lucky and very privileged to see and a lot of things behind the scenes. And I know this year, your minds will be blown. Every year, everyone who goes always says, I don't know how they do it. It's better every year. Trust me, if you thought last year was great and I thought the Reflection of Love was great and, you know, life was amazing. Life was one of my favorite themes this year. I was a juxtaposition with the ice being in the sun because the theme is like all about the ice, and it's weird because we do Tomorrowland Winter. So I'm intrigued to see how the ice kind of translates into the heat of summer, but it's all to do with the Orbis book, so it will make sense having read some of this. I'm really excited. I cannot see how we don't win this award next year, so I'm just saying it right here, right now, in June 2025. Congratulations to everyone involved at Tomorrowland. Thank you, DJ Mag, for voting them Best Festival. And without sounding arrogant, I expect this award to go to Tomorrowland next year as well. I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say not to sound arrogant, but thanks to me as well.
Nothing to do with me.
Thank you to
All
me. We won.
Thank
That's
you.
so funny.
I can't believe I wasn't invited to go and collect the award, I'll be honest. Maybe I can do that next year. That'd be amazing. We'll do a live podcast from the DJ Magazine Festival Awards. Happy days, everybody. So if you voted, I'm just saying thank you on behalf of Tomorrowland. And no more Tomorrowland stories. That's 1 and 2 Tomorrowland. No more Tomorrowland stories. Amy, story 3, please.
Story number 3 is about Groove Cruise. So Groove Cruise announces its beloved daily interactive themes for each day and night of the event. So for those of you guys who don't know, Groove Cruise is just how it sounds. It's a rave boat. It's a rave cruise. So this transformational journey is going to head to Nassau in the Bahamas from January 2nd to January 26th aboard the Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas. So fancy, really nice boat. There's about 40 female acts, including Azeka, Blossom, Girl Math, Linksa. Sorry, I'm like looking at the press release because there's just so much here. But they've announced the themes for each night. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. So I'm not going. Well, I don't think I'm going. But what I'm most excited for about this is one of the themes is Down the Rabbit Hole. So like Alice in Wonderland theme. So yeah, have you ever done a rave cruise before?
I have never done a rave cruise. I have been on a Royal Caribbean ship. I have been to
You're
Nassau.
fancy.
It's their base.
Yep.
And those ships are incredible. It's one of the best experiences of my life. And if you think that cruises are for the saga era, trust me, they're not. It's not about grey heads. It's about rave heads. And it's pure luxury. The food, like you get your own food, and then you've got like 9 restaurants anyway that are even more premium than the food you're getting, which is more than you can eat. The drinks, you're walking past cars in high streets. You've got shops, you've got chill out areas, you've got climbing walls, you've got running tracks, you've got jet sprays, surf things. It's an amazing experience. I think I need to go on a cruise that is involved with music. Amy, let's do it.
I've been saying that for years. So I've done many cruises, like normal cruises. I've done like Carnival, Norwegian. I've done some in Europe, but I've never done a rave one. I wanted to do EDCC, EDC the boat last year, and it didn't work out. But yeah, there's Groove Cruise, there's Holy Ship, like there's a lot of them. There's one in Singapore that looks really cool too. I forget what that one's called. But yeah, I would love that. What I love the most about that is you can just go back to your cabin. Like if you need to like change or like just take a minute or like eat something, drink. Because imagine at a festival, there's kind of like nowhere to go. You can go to the lounge or chill area or like to the bathroom, but like you could just go in the middle of the day to the cabin and like just sit for a minute or like completely change outfits. But before, so you have a day now outfit and a night outfit, or like charge your phone. I know that's what I would be most excited for a rave cruise, is like having like your home just so close by and like inside,
But it's going to be really loud. So you kind of you would think that is, I'm going, but I'm not going to get any sleep. I'm not going to get any rest. It sounds like you're planning your next year holidays, by the way. But I'm going to go on this cruise, then this cruise here. I mean, I can't imagine it being, I imagine it being quite nice, but I don't imagine it being a holiday.
Yeah, festivals are never restful. I guess especially for us because we're like working. I would probably try to make it a holiday, like go snorkeling and like you go swimming with the
So
turtles and stuff.
does the ship stop like a
Yeah, so the
normal
ship
cruise does?
stops. Yep. So
No
these
way. So you could go to like I don't even know where they are. If you was, is it go to like Miami to Nassau to where to Bahamas
yeah,
is,
so
and then where from there?
this one probably leaves from Miami and yeah, so it goes to the Bahamas. But yeah, you stop along the way. So it's just like a regular cruise where like you're sometimes at sea, then you stop, you get off, like you can do stuff. So that's what's cool, but it's kind of like a holiday slash rave. I've actually done a couple times in Croatia. I've tried to do like the holiday rave thing, but yeah, you get no sleep. You're just running around. I mean,
Need a holiday
it was
after it,
not
right?
restful. I was like
Yeah, yeah.
dead after for like a very long time, but it is really fun. And I love a good like combination of like beach and sun and electronic music. They go well together.
As a DJ, what's not to love about everybody not being able to leave? You've
The
got to stay
track.
here. You've got nowhere else to go. Captive dance floor. Okay, good story. I like it. Let's get that on the calendar for next year. Right, 10 days in dance on a groove cruise. Book it in.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Time for my story 3. And yes, it has taken this long to announce some new music from myself. I'll be honest. Sorry it's taken this long. All right, we've got lots of new music out. I want to go way back to my Akoma EP. That came out the start of June on Tajno out of the Ukraine. But since then, we've had new plays from One World Radio, DJs from Mars on their podcast. My latest track is one more with Marvo and Silvio Soul. It's out on AIM Records out of Brazil, and it's going to get in your head. When you hear it, the vocal is absolutely an earworm. It's out July 16th. I had to think about that. Loads of DJs getting on it. It's very James hype, if you don't mind me saying. So yeah, look out for that. And also, there's another release called Walk For Me. It's an amazing anthem out of America from Henry Street. The legend that is Robbie Tronco, aka Tronco Tracks, let us republish this with him in the title. So myself, Lou 8, Tronco Tracks, Walk For Me. The lyric is Butch Queen up in pumps, I'll see you at the function. It's absolutely anthemic. So we've been able to rework this in a melodic way, and you'll be hearing these tracks at the festival. Yeah, lots of new music. If you don't follow me already on Spotify, then please go and subscribe and you'll see all of my music. And if you're a DJ, head towards Beatport or drop me a DM and tell me that you've heard me mention it here, and I might even send you a link to the track. There you go.
Love it.
Now time for Amy's Story 4. What you got?
My fourth story is about one of my favorite genres, psytrance. So I think you guys know this about me by now. But there's a new track out by Armin van Buuren and Indira Paganotto. It's called Dragon. So yeah, this is actually came after their first ever B2B set. So they joined forces. They got distorted guitars. They got tense builds and bass. And like, I don't know, I really like this track. I've been jamming out to it.
See, Armin has a brand new album coming out. That's
When?
been announced, hasn't it? I've not just leaked that.
I don't know.
He's definitely got a brand new album coming out. Armin has been very busy, and his new album, I believe this track features on it. Yeah, he has got an album out called Breathe. Can't remember the release date, but it's happening. So this collaboration with Indira, Sai Mama, yeah, didn't see it coming. Really happy it has. And again, it's just an insight into Armin's world and what a broad depth of ability and collaborations and sounds he has. So yeah, amazing. Love it. Okay, my story number 4 contains new music and albums, not unlike Armin van Buuren. He's in that list somewhere. But let's talk albums, because September seems to be an amazing month for music. And I think it's to do with ADE, which also is my next story. So stick around for that. But let's talk September, because DJ Snake, who apparently was doing his last ever music and then did a massive show in Paris, then announced an album. That's out September 5th. It's called Nomad. Then Audion has announced his album. That is First Love. That drops in September. Then SG Lewis, Annie Moya, I think I pronounced that right. It's about nostalgia. That's his third studio album, and that drops 5th of September. Martin Garrix has said that he's got a brand new album out next year. Maybe, because he's always surprising. He's probably going to drop it pre-ADE. And of course, Sammy Virji drops his new album, Same Day Cleaning, out September 19th. A whole host of amazing albums. Maybe Armin might be in that window as well, I'm not sure. But September looks like an exciting month for new music, and it's all to do with the end of Ibiza, because that goes through September, October, into festival season in the likes of Brazil and South America's, into ADE. It's a busy time, and the dance music calendar is going longer and longer. So I'm excited. Put the dates in your diary. September, lots of new music coming your way. So, Amy, out of all of those albums I've mentioned, which one excites you the most? So I've got DJ Snake, Audion, Sammy Virji, SG Lewis is confirmed. Which one of those? Anyone in particular?
No, I have to say none in particular.
No, Sammy Virji's going to be sort
I
of
don't know
garage
who
and
that
two-step.
is. Tell me
SG
about
Lewis will be fun and poppy. Sammy Virji's going to be bassline garage, wobbly bass lines. Audion's going to be, like, I imagine, classic EDM, right up your street. And DJ Snake, well, who knows?
Well, yeah. Yeah, DJ Snake, you never know. And yeah, I've seen Audien a couple times, but the other people you mentioned, I don't know them. So you have to send them to me. Like you taught me who another was.
Okay, so yeah, Sammy Virji definitely. Go and search out his back catalogue. And SG Lewis is just a really fun guy. He's been a long time in the music, spends a lot of time in Ibiza, got really well connected. So yeah, go and search his album out. Go and search his music out. It will fill your Spotify with goodness. There you go.
Awesome.
Time for Amy's final story. What you got for us, Amy? Story number 5 in 10 Days in Dance. What is it?
My fifth and final story is all about, well, actually, it's kind of a weird, funny story. Electric Love Festival takes place every year in July in Austria. This year it's going to take place from July 3rd to July 5th. I promote for the festival. We heard this crazy story that there's this Brazilian singer slash influencer, Juliana Bonde, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. On her YouTube, there's like videos of her singing at Electric Love Festival, but she's never performed there before. So like she AI or something like that put these videos, there's like all these videos together that got like millions of views with the Electric Love background, but she's never performed there. So the organizers at Electric Love are taking it as kind of a joke. So EDM House Network, we put out an article too that like the Electric Love stage was stolen. She stole the stage. But like, isn't that crazy? Like all these videos online of her like singing there. She's never been there before.
Well, it's the copyright issue that's kind of blowing up right now in AI, not necessarily the creativity, but what is yours and what isn't. So yeah, she's not, to be clear, she's not booked to play at the festival, is she?
No, she's not booked to play there. She's never played there. She's really big in Brazil, but I don't think she has anything to do with electronic music. But it was funny. The organizers were like, wow, she did a pretty good, whoever edited those videos did a good job because it looks believable. But no, she's never played there, been there. Isn't that a crazy story?
It's crazy, it's weird, but that's the kind of world we live in. 2025, welcome to it. With the help of AI, we can be wherever we want to be. And will you drop a link in the story notes for that? Because the show notes need to have links to that video. I need to see that as well.
Yep, of course.
And finally, in this episode of 10 Days in Dance, we round up with the final story, and that is, it's a throw forward. Now, 10 Days in Dance is primarily stories around this time, hence 10 days. However, I need to look a little bit into the future, and I mentioned it earlier on. I mentioned ADE. So it is becoming into plain sight. Now, let me share with you, dear listener, dear viewer, that ADE is very complicated. It's a short space of time with lots going on, and Amy has been sorting it out since 2020. She's literally sorted her diary out for this year. The reason I know that is because she's told me and shared with me her exact location using coordinates. So if you are going to be in Amsterdam for ADE in October, I can share with you where Amy will be at exactly 11:01, 11:02, and that's on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday of ADE. So if you want to know where Amy's going to be, why don't you reach out to me? I'll be able to tell you. Amy, you are fully locked and loaded for ADE.
Yeah, I'm like trying not to laugh hysterically. Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah, so I can tell you a couple places where I'll definitely be. So on the Wednesday, I'll be at Verknipt for the Verknipt opening. Also be at Revealed with Hardwell. I'll be at Awakenings at some point over the weekend. I'm definitely confirmed for AMF as well. And then if you want to like stalk me, I'm usually at the Joe and the Juice by like the conference center getting like a Splurina smoothie and a spicy avocado. Probably there's going to be way more things to announce, but those I can definitely tell you are like confirmed. There's just so much every day. People are inviting me to stuff every day, and then I'm like, can't say no.
This is the thing, right? I didn't tell Amy I was going to do this story, but she just reeled off those 5 events, all right? Like it was nothing. I need my diary, my calendar to be able to tell you where I'm going to be at what time. So I can't right now, as of broadcast, tell you if I'm going to be at ADE. It is my greatest intention to be there with Amy doing a live episode of 10 Days in Dance, and we are looking to do it at the Estate of Trance Studios. So our good friend Ruben Durand is just looking in the booking diary, and that throws nicely to a new episode of 10 Days in Dance. We have a special episode coming with Ruben as well. That will drop in the coming weeks. All right, so there you go. ADE, put it in your diary, much like Amy has. It's coming. It will get here quickly. And there's lots of things to happen in between now and then. But like you said, Amy knows where she's going to be. Maybe time for you and me to start planning as well, dear listener, dear viewer. I will get busy. And yeah, that concludes these stories for 10 Days in Dance. There's been lots. I don't know which one's my favorite, but anyway, you can watch this on our YouTube channel. You can listen to it on our Spotify or Amazon or Deezer or wherever you listen to your podcasts. But I think we need to round off this week's episode, as ever, with a top 10.
This episode, I'm giving you my top 10 DJs. So this is a very complicated list, but it's kind of just of all time. So I'm just going to rail them off with no context. It's pretty, the genres, you'll be like, okay, she only likes 2 genres, but whatever. Okay.
Nostalgic and nostalgic.
Nostalgic, psytrance, and hard dance are like the 3. Number 1, Timmy Trump. Also, these aren't really in order. Disclaimer.
Oh, hang on. So what? So there's just a 10. It's not a top 10. It's just 10.
It's a 10. Timmy Trumpet's always going to be my number 1. We've talked about that. For the others, it's like, you could be 3, you could be 4. So it's just a 10 list.
Okay, so start. So we know what's at 1. Now start at 10.
Okay, so 10 from 10. So Ben Nicky.
Yes.
GPF. Indira Paganotto. Sarah Landry. Dom Dalla. Infected Mushroom. Gravity. Bill X. Rob G. And Timmy Trumpet.
There you go. Amy's top 10. If you would like to get involved and drop your favorite 10 DJs, then do that in our comments. Jump on our socials. We'll put a post on there as well that you can get involved with. That's going to take some considerable thinking for me. I maybe have got my top 3, but I don't know who the top 7 are, so I might need some time. But why not follow us on our Instagram at 10 Days in Dance, and we will see you there for comments and top 10s. Amy, awesome episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
See you later. We'll be back same time, same place for more 10 Days in Dance.